welcome to a very special episode of Dakar Daily 2019. It was here in Lima where it all began, and it was here where it all ended after 10 stages and more than 5,000 kilometres.
That's right, it was 100% Peru this year. 70% of the rally was held out in the dunes, which made for massive drama. It's been an incredible event. Let's take a look back at the very best of the 2019 Dakar Rally.
Pisco for the first competitive stage of the 2019 Dakar Rally. This is the start ramp. Toby's ready, we're ready. It's all about to kick off.
For sure, Peru is one of the most demanding countries. This scene is so different and so soft, so yeah, I think it will be shorter, but it will be very tough.
It's only held in one country this year, so no high altitude or anything like this, but it's still going to be quite difficult here. So the sand dunes are going to be soft, so we've got 10 days of pretty much the most brutal parts of Peru. The sand never lets up.
No surprise in the car category. Nasser Al-Attiyah wins the first stage to take the early lead. Defending champion Carlos Sainz starts strong but drops out of contention on stage 3 after damaging a wheel. 2018 runner-up Janil de Villiers lost a lot of time early on in the race as well, leaving Stefan Petterhansel and Sebastian Loeb to chase Al-Attiyah. The bike category saw a lot of changes in the leaderboard, with all manufacturers fighting for the top spot. After stage wins for 2018 champion Matthias Volkner, Ricky Brabeck and Sam Sunderland, but it was Husqvarna rider Pablo Quintanilla from Chile who led the rally after 5 stages. In the trucks, defending champion Eduard Nikolaev led the field throughout the rally, followed by his Russian teammates. KAMAZ seemed untouchable once again.
The sun is setting here on the Tacna bivouac, and as you can see, the cars are all lined up, and for some of the drivers they've managed to get away with very little damage to their vehicle, but for others it'll be a long night ahead.
We have to wait for the truck, the assistant truck, because we have to get 2 more new tire and wheel for tomorrow, but the rest car is fine. No big deal, no big damage. Dakar is well-known like most difficult race in the world, and today I agree.
We hit the rock on the beginning of the stage, and now we have the leak in the gearbox, so we have to repair it for the next day. Sometimes bad luck happens, so now we have to deal with this one and race tomorrow.
Today we had to start behind some trucks, and we were in the dust, and so I had to try to overtake, but with the dust we hit some stones, and I had 2 punctures in the dust, so we had to change 2 wheels, and at the end of the stage in a rough part I had another puncture, so no spare wheel anymore, and we had to finish 20 Ks on the wheel, so we lost some time. It was a complicated day, yes.
But it's not all about the car category, because let's not forget that the drivers in the trucks are having to work on their vehicles, service and maintain them ahead of tomorrow's stage.
It's a marathon, and we have to be ready to these situations, and I'm a pilot, and that's our guys pilots in the past were mechanics, and it is easier for us to help to other mechanics to check, to repair something. Today we don't have so much work with tires. I think at 12 we finished, and everybody will have time to sleep.
try to help one competitor here because he's missing washers, and our T4 have the part, you know. Maybe he can help him, you know, give him at least to reach, to finish today, you know. Today is also marathon day, and it's a long way to rest day, to Bivouac.
Nasser is a good person, and he helped me and give me all of his help. And thank you, Nasser, and thank you all the competitors.
After the marathon stage, the drivers and riders got a well-deserved rest day in Arequipa, and Mike sat down with two of the top contenders in the car category, Dakar legends Nasser Al-Attiyah and Stefan Petter-Hansel.
Let's talk about experience, because I mean that's something that I've been saying in the programs. It's all about experience, and here's the proof: first and second. You've won the Dakar twice. You've won it 13 times. You're 14 times Middle Eastern Rally champion.
Big difference.
Big difference, huh?
But you know, you've got so much experience in this type of terrain and in this event. How important is the experience, particularly this year?
Yes, when I was young, you know, I watched Stefan, you know, driving in Dakar, you know. Now, you know,
he's not that old yet.
I'm not 70-year-old. No, I don't remember again.
No, but I no, but okay, yeah. Again, because I forget what you asked.
So did I. Experience. How important is the experience?
Very, very important, you know. Okay, you know, I coming from Qatar, you know, we have a lot of sand dunes. We have of kind this terrain, you know. Really, when I enter the dunes, you know, I don't feel, you know, strange, you know. Just I try to do our best, you know. But you know, the dunes here is very, very tricky, and it's not easy. Example, like day 2, you know, when Carlos, he catch me, you know, and he start always follow me, you know. I tried to slow down to let him to pass, but he said no. And when we stop in the finish, and he said, you know, the line what I took, you know, in the dunes was really, really good, you know. But okay, because it's coming from experience, you know, and I do a lot of race, and I do a lot of practice, you know, and for me it's like easy, you know. If tomorrow I go to Stefan and we go for ski, I will lost, you know. He will be there.
Not true.
Yeah, it's not. You are not good in the ski.
I'm born not on the mountain. Yeah, on my first sport.
He's pretty good at
first sport was skateboarding. So
Yes.
maybe in skateboarding I will.
Yes, it will be good.
No, but it's exactly like said. Nasser is born in the desert. For us, I have a lot of experience, more than 30 years, but we spend the time maybe 15 days during the year on the dunes, but not born in the desert.
Learning,
So, yeah. Still doing more mistake than Nasser in the dunes for sure.
Final question to you both. Who's going to win the Dakar this year, and will it be in a 2-wheel drive or a 4-wheel drive?
Red Bull team?
Oh, good politician, good politician. Now, while the top drivers, riders, competitors and manufacturers were battling at the business end of this year's Dakar Rally, many who faced the same route were here for a different challenge, and Caroline caught up with an incredible father and son team.
The Dakar Rally sees competitors from all walks of life, from professional teams to friends, colleagues, and in the case of these two, it's a family affair for father and son duo Jack and Lucas Baron in the side-by-side category.
He was always with me in all the races, no? Since he was a little kid. And 2 or 3 years ago, we saw this side-by-side category and said, oh, we can go in that. We can try to go in that. So we get Dakar 2 years ago, start racing, local races, big races, no? Growing, and then we get to Dakar Series last year.
How special is it doing the Dakar? You've done it before solo on a bike, but how special is it to be able to share this with your son?
No, it's very different, very different. We talk, sometimes I am Peruvian and I know these places, but the Dakar gets me new places. So sometimes I stop to see, and I say, Lucas, look at this place, what nice, because it's a new place for me. And he's mad. He says, go ahead, what are you stopping?
Lucas, dime cómo está el Dakar para usted.
Estoy feliz y estoy contento.
Y compitiendo con tu padre, ¿es el mejor?
Me gusta, me encantó y hacemos juntos toda la vida.
While Sebastian Loeb was pushing hard and adding stage wins to his Dakar resume, Nasser Al-Attiyah's eyes were on Mini's Stefan Petterhansel. But after winning stage 7, the Frenchman dropped out of the rally after a big off. What a race we had in the bike category. Ricky Brabeck, who was dominating early on, unfortunately suffered an engine failure with his Honda in stage 8, which meant KTM's Toby Price found himself at the top of the leaderboard by just over a minute in front of Pablo Quintanilla. You've won people's hearts and minds throughout this whole thing, dude. Like I said, you've been an absolute warrior. Just talk to me about the emotions.
Mate, yeah, it's the support from everyone is what's pretty much kept me going. It's to see messages from everyone and just saying that, yeah, I inspire them to keep going and doing things in their life and everything. It's pretty damn crazy. And yeah, I never want to quit on anything, and I definitely don't want to quit on the Red Bull KTM guys. They put so much work and effort in, and to sit at home and just say, yeah, I broke my wrist and yeah, and miss out, it's not the way to do it. So I'm so damn glad I came and done it now.
In the cars, this year has been all about Nasser Al-Attiyah. The Qatari has been unstoppable in the category, as has his four-wheel drive Toyota Hilux. The 14-time Middle Eastern Rally champion confirms his third Dakar victory and equals Stefan Petterhansel's record of winning with 3 different manufacturers, and has done so with a commanding lead overall. You've won it. Does it feel like mission accomplished for you and the team?
Yes, absolutely. You know, we are so happy, you know, to win this race. You know, thank for the Toyota, thank for the teams. You know, thank for the sponsor Red Bull and Qatar, and yeah, who support us. You know, for this race. You know, yeah, this will make us, you know, continue for next year. You know, and we are quite happy.
In the trucks, Kamaz's Eduard Nikolaev has once again stamped his authority on the class. Despite getting heavily stuck on stage 8, the Russian bounced back to take his 4th Dakar victory. And here are the overall results of the 2019 Dakar Rally. So there you go, some of the best moments of this year's Dakar Rally. Kaz, what was your personal highlight?
Oh, it has to be the day in the helicopter. I had the best seat in the house, high above the sand dunes, in the sky, watching all of the action. Unique opportunity, amazing. You?
Yeah, I was very jealous. For me, there were so many great moments, but I think Toby Price winning the rally with a broken wrist, he was an absolute soldier. You know, as I said in the Dakar Daily shows, he had to overcome his own limitations as well as fight other people out in the dunes. He did an incredible job. So for me, the hero of this year's Dakar Rally is Toby Price. Now, if you want to watch the Dakar Daily shows and check out some incredible motorsport content, please go to redbull.com/Dakar. But for the final time from Peru, from Caroline and myself, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Full throttle into the world of Red Bull. Motorsports at its finest, all over the globe. Make it your world and download the app for free. Red Bull TV is available on all your devices, anywhere, at any time. Go beyond the ordinary. Get the app now. Time, passion, and know-how are only parts of what is needed to succeed. In the longest and hardest rally in the world, the Dakar. A documentary about Russia's most famous motorsports team, the Blue Armada. Now available on Red Bull TV.